Hi, everyone. We have Jackie and Oliver here.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining again.
And then I'm a guest host today, just taking over for Jody. I'm Jess Boulay. I'm the assistant director of 101 Deweguns, and Jackie and Oliver are the founders. And really, today we have some really exciting stuff. I think there's a lot of action packed. So let's just run through. I'm just putting it along the bottom ticker there so you can see it. So we're going to be we're going to be showing the first version of our 101 Deweguns project video. We're also going to be talking about some events that are coming up. And we're going to release the first 5 names of who will be painting on 5 of the 101 Deweguns. And then finally, just about a contest and some wrap up. So, Jackie and Oliver, did you want to do any openings before we jump right into the video?
Did you want to go ahead? Oh, okay. Yeah. So I think I just want to acknowledge these four directions that we that we recognize in bringing all of us together, and we've got some friends in all of these different directions, and so all of the good energy and the medicines that come from each of them. And then also, I think what we need to acknowledge is just this the rain that's been coming in intermittently and trying so hard it seems at different times, and but just to help us prepare, I think too, for this in moving forward, especially with this time of spring. So we're getting that cleansing and just to recognize and see that the beauty around us, and then also the freshness that's here. Like everything is rejuvenating so well, and everybody's aware and mindful of everything turning green and blooming and all of the new life that's coming. And I think sometimes we need to just be reminded of all of those things in moving forward, and what that's going to look like for each and every one of us. So for all of the directions, the medicines that come within those directions, and also the good energy of everyone coming together to acknowledge all of these we have here and now. We say, offer our chimigwech, our nyawas, our thank yous for all of it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. And yeah, if anyone wants to drop a hello in the comments, we would love to see who's here, or even just a heart or a like. Um, we could probably wait just a few minutes before we play the video, just because I see some of the numbers coming up and down. So I want to wait in case people are coming back on after. But yeah, so regarding the video, what's something when you saw this video or when we were making the video that you were hoping the video is going to achieve? Like, what's something that you really are hoping people are going to get out of the video when they watch it?
Well, for myself, it was I couldn't believe it when I seen the video, the initial video,
Yeah.
because like when we were sitting there and it was being made, it was being taped. It didn't I don't know, it didn't there was something about it that didn't feel like it was happening, kind of.
Yeah.
And to see it afterwards, and just looking at the conversations that we were having, it it just kind of put on a whole new spin on things. I think for me, anyway, it was almost surreal to. I don't know. Maybe that happens when you, I guess when you see yourself in motion too. In conversations or doing anything.
Yeah.
It was kind of surreal, and it just like, wow, like, yeah, I think it really it brought the messages forward that we really want to have heard.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just put things in a forefront, I think, for me anyway,
Yeah.
that it kind of tied everything together and solidified kind of this project in moving forward. So I think it was a really awesome element to have, like, to see a video, and I know we've looked at different videos of other things, eh? And
Yeah.
used them even in our presentations to kind of put a point forward, eh? Or just
Yeah.
put that message there for folks and to look at and to just consider. And so that now this is a whole 101 ways to for that consideration. So I'm pretty happy with
That's
the
awesome.
messages for sure.
Yeah, me too. And I feel the same way being there in the interview with you. Um, which was about the video project. It was a true collaboration where my team at Giant Shoe Creative taped it, but then Jared and his team from Billet Media took it and created the story. So it's really interesting to see the lens that Jared had from it, from the words that you were saying in the story, what he heard and what he put together from it. I thought it was really cool to see that, because some of the parts that I may have, like, I might have edited it differently or anything, but I thought you did a fantastic job, and I thought it was really well laid out and edited.
Okay.
Yeah, should we jump to it? What do you think?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. So I'm going to present my screen. This is my first time on this app, so if I mess up, excuse me, everyone. Okay, share screen. Yeah. I'm still working on it. Sorry. There we go. Share. Okay.
Deweguns Ojibwe translation of the word drum, and it literally means living heart. And if you think of the energy that a living heart that resonates from that heart, it's pretty amazing. And when you look at synchronicity, and when all of those hearts vibrate, come into connect with one another, a lot of amazing things can happen.
We look at this project, the 101 Deweguns, as um, basically educational piece, I guess, not only for ourselves, but for all of those that we come in contact with. And a big part of that we've seen over the last while is that there's still a lot of people that have no idea or have heard very little about the residential schools that have been were established throughout Canada and the United States. And people came to know about Cheney Winjack because of his running away from one of those residential schools. And that was the same for my father. He was a survivor of the residential school called the Mush Hole, or the Mohawk Institute on Six Nations Reserve. And that's why I wear this orange ribbon for his memory, is knowing, hearing part of his journey there. He shared some of that, not fully, and I don't think any of the survivors have really shared fully their experiences in the residential schools. So I think this project is a big part of that education, just that awareness, that of that history, that Canadian history, and the role that each and every one of us have as a part of that, regardless of whether folks coming and being part of Canada or being here and living within Canada.
The names of the people are tattooed on the inside of these frames, of these Deweguns. And in the old days, what we're told is that warriors, that when they were tattooed, it wasn't on the outside so much where it was noticeable, but it was on the inside, like where they knew where it was and what it was about, but it wasn't visibly seen, to people, other people. And that was something that they wore, and there was extreme meaning behind that. There's extreme meaning behind each one of these Deweguns with the spirit. Uh, of those 13 who have been embraced and honored.
And so I think this project is, yeah, is a big part of that sharing and just having that awareness. Because once you become aware, once you know something, then it's hard to unknow it. And then where can we go from there with that piece of information?
And then when you think of 101, that's a fair bit. And if you take honoring 13 uh, males and females on each of those 101 drums, that's just a beginning. And then you've got the three dots, which, in my opinion, is the most probably one of the most powerful parts of this whole project. The three dots represent our commitment to going even further as far as we need to. So with this project, we're working with the spirit of that deer and the spirit of that pine tree. One of our elders told us that when we're receiving that gift from that deer or any of those four-leggeds that we were working with hides, that we had to honor that spirit. When we take that life, what we're supposed to do is, what we're told, is to offer that tobacco to that spirit. That's part of us that's going to go with that spirit. So part of us leaves. The gift of that deer stays with us to help us. All of that healing medicine is there for us whenever we need it, whether it's in the form of clothing, food, um, our medicines, our sacred items, and in this case, the Deweguns. So with this project, we're trying to, let's say, from our collective's perspective, is we're trying to demonstrate through the preparation stages of the project um, that are reflecting those land-based teachings, and to involve as many people as possible, because we all have slightly different teachings that come to us uh, due to where we come from. So, and I'm not sure if this enters into another question, but we're all about supporting the artists, because when we get into that creative spiritual realm, that the artists are just, they're so in tune, and we really want to celebrate our coming together and expanding. Those three dots again come into the picture, where here we are, a collective of, I believe we're 18 now and growing, and we're soon going to be like 120 and growing. And so when we start to bring all of that good energy into the mix of this project, it comes back to that word Dewegan, living heart. Imagine, if you want to say like one living heart, two living hearts, 13 living hearts coming together, 20 living hearts, 120 living hearts, and pretty soon, dot, 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 we're to be up to the thousands. And I'm not sure if I'm comfortable using the word movement, but I've heard a couple people refer to this as, is this some kind of a movement? And I haven't known how to answer that question, because we're still just kind of creating in the preparation stages. But maybe it is, as it takes on a life of its own. And wouldn't that be a great movement, when all of our hearts come kind of resonate together? And we'll know soon enough when all of these beautiful painted Deweguns emerge, and to continue sharing that story of that next sentence, as Gord mentioned in the song.
I think that part of the education is going to really be shown through the art, and how the resilience of people how that collectiveness of people can come together and put those really good positive messages forward. I really think and believe in my heart that the message is going to be put out there, and it's going to be really embraced, and folks are going to know then that history. And our folks, a lot of folks that have gone through different things within their lives have a really strong resilience. And I think that is going to be a big part of what the art pieces will show, even coming from the different artists, whether they're connected or not to, like, on a personal level to residential schools, but that being able to embrace that knowledge and that experience of different folks, and probably folks within their communities, then I think that's going to have a larger impact and be a big part of that education, be a big part of that kind of that um, moving it forward in a good, positive way. With our kind of the next stages of involving artists, and we're hoping and looking that it's going to be that whole spectrum of people, right? Like Indigenous and non-Indigenous folks from across the country that are going to be interested and involved. And so part of that is looking at, okay, we've kind of had this part of the history and knowledge and awareness of the residential school and all of the trauma and experiences that involved. And okay, so here we are now, and being able to take a step forward. And what is that going to look like? What's that look like for you, for me, and for our families, and even the families that are yet to come? And so having that most positive kind of plan. So when you look at some of the art, even any art, you're connected to some of it in some way. And I'm trusting that these are going to have that same effect in us being able to move forward in a most positive way.
Yeah, right. Wow, I love that video.
Yeah, it for me, like I said, it's kind of surreal.
So
I'd like to add to everyone who's participated in the sanding and the wood burning to this point. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. And this project wouldn't have happened without all of you. And looking to this next stage, there's a few words that come to my mind. I just heard the other day, and I'd like to share them. And it's simply transforming our grieving into something beautiful. And I think if we all hold on to those words as we get ready to pass the torch on to the painting aspect of the project with the artists, I think that nothing but beauty will come about as a result of that.
Oh, absolutely. And like think of all the energy that like all those people have put into it and to get them to that point, and just how many hands like our frames have touched, and then all that good energy of like from people from all different walks of life, and then those artists get to feel the drum and be inspired by their experiences and what they feel holding the drum. It's really incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, no, just with the last workshops that we did, it was totally that, like the people that were attending had such awesome comments, and then even just their feeling, of like sharing their space and how they how they were in their own being in working on those drums, or some just came to look. Okay? Some just came to look,
Yeah.
and that's okay too, because
Yep.
sometimes, yeah, I guess sometimes we just need to be able to observe,
Yep.
and even that part though is an awakening, and it helps with that energy. And so this the last one, yeah, like you're right, there's so many hands. Say you've seen all of these different ones, just touching them, and so just sharing that energy, sharing that energy for those spirits of, especially when the names were being put into the different frames. That
Yeah.
was pretty special, and
Mhm.
it had that in itself had an impact, because that was some of the questions. Well, where did these names come from?
Yep.
And so just recognizing and knowing that that is from that registry list of
Mhm.
the children that died in the residential schools. And so I think, yeah, just having that connection in any way is really really
Yeah.
really special and spiritual.
That's powerful. And and even some familiar faces. I'm noticing the people I saw some people at this last workshop that I've seen one or two times before. So you can tell they're feeling good about it. It's something they want to come back and do again and again. And on that note, how far are we in the workshops? Like, whereabouts are we in terms of? I know we did sanding, and that's concluded. And the next step in our journey was wood burning into the frames and writing the names. So, where are we in that process?
Okay.
Wood burning is probably going to wrap up towards the end of May. I think we're going to extend it a little bit further into May, but then I think that should pretty much wrap up the wood burning,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there we'll be varnishing the frames, which won't take that long. That might be a weekend
Mm-hmm.
workshop that we do there, and then we begin to lace them up from that.
And are we doing workshops for that, or that's something that like you will do separately, or are we
The
gonna
the varnishing,
the lacing?
the lacing. We already have the folks selected to
Oh,
for that part of it.
that's awesome. And then I have with me here a beautiful leather bag, and I think we still have some spots left for, like, we're still going to be doing some workshops on the leather bags. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
For all the drums, all the 101 drums are going to be put into. It's hard to see because my lighting's really bad, but
Yeah, they're
leather
beautiful
bags.
though. Yeah,
Yeah, it's awesome.
kudos to the ones that have been done, and especially the like our friend Lumpy, just being able to do the templates for them, and so
Yeah,
like it'll help folks along, with that part as well. So yeah, we're looking
absolutely.
forward to that, because it's another process of the deer hide, and then just acknowledging, recognizing that creature that is helping us in this whole project.
Yep.
And so we've yeah, did we just really offer that gratitude for like I said, with the creatures, but especially that deer who's
Yep.
providing these special gifts.
So to give people a kind of a visual on the transition that's about to happen, let's say the end of May,
Mm-hmm.
the drums themselves will kind of uh, take a back seat, so to speak, as far as workshops. There won't be any further workshops with the drums, and as they're being prepared to be sent out to the artists. And what will transition over into will be continuing with the leather bags.
Yep.
And we're looking at that going right through this year into the winter, and probably into about this time next year.
Mm-hmm.
where we'll be concluding with the leather bag work. And at the same time, we can't forget about the strikers too, because we're
Yeah.
getting to a point, probably the end of May as well, where we'll be finishing with the sanding of the strikers, and that's coming along really well. That's being
Yep.
incorporated into the wood burning workshops as we've been going along, and then we're going to bring Gina from our collective into providing some painting workshops
Awesome.
for people who want to uh, try their hand at painting the strikers.
That's
And
awesome.
so that'll probably be maybe a half a dozen workshops, maybe late summer into the fall of this year, that
Yep.
we'll be providing as well.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. And also a special shout out to Lumpy and Jane who were at the last workshop. That table was bumping. So thank you for all your hard work, Lumpy and Jane. We appreciate you. I couldn't believe how busy it was. So good job.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing I was hoping we could touch on, because it's coming up on May 5th, and we, as a collective, we some of our members are a part of numerous like different events for Red Dress. So I just wanted to share the awareness for that. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to share my screen, and anybody that's interested in finding out when events are, we have an event calendar on 101 Deweguns, and it's not necessarily 101 Dewegon only events. We have a lot of great things that happen within our collective and in our community. And so if I know about it, I put it on our website here. So if you go to 101 Dewegons, go to get involved and go to events and workshops, it'll bring you to this page, and any sort of poster or calendar that I've found that we've done or that someone else has done, I've posted in here so you can get all the information regarding the event. So, so what I have for this one is Jackie. It looks like it's featuring you, so I'd love for you to take us through this event and just a little bit about, for those who are tuning in who may not know, just a little bit about what this is for.
Okay. Yes. This has there's been a collective, a different collective of folks working on various events, but it's been these last few, especially the red dress display in downtown St. Catharines. So if you go down to St. Paul Street, the dresses are hanging along the main street downtown. And Fallon, she's been instrumental in coordinating that to get folks on board. And so there'll be a walk Friday at 5:30. Everyone will be gathering at City Hall, and there'll be some words and drumming, and the walk will be through town, down the main street, and down to Brock University satellite site. And there's going to be some vendors there as well, and some snacks, and then just like a gathering with some speakers after the walk. So
Awesome.
this has been happening for a few years now, and hopefully it's going to even grow for this year. We always challenge folks to come back for the next one and bring your friends and family. So we're hoping that there's going to be a nice crowd there at 5:30 this Friday, or next Friday at 5:30 at City Hall in St. Catharines.
That's amazing. And yeah, working downtown, I've seen more posters. It's definitely the awareness has grown. I know I talked to Carissa, who's director of our collective, and she sent me a poster, and I have a red dress up on James Street. Sugar and Butter has a poster up. I've seen them all through the city, so I'm really glad to see that there's a lot of awareness going on, because when I walk down, I can see the posters. So I was glad to see that it's getting more awareness. We also have Grandmother's Voice has on May 5th as well. They have a virtual Join the Circle with influential women in our community organizations, and that's Friday from 12 to 1. So how you're watching on here, that's how it will be led. And it's a virtual conversation will encourage learning and building awareness to end violence against Indigenous women, girls, Two-Spirit, and gender diverse people. And that's next Friday, May 5th from 12 to 1. And one more further event, there is also the same evening, depending if you are in Burlington or St. Catharines, there is a full moon ceremony at 7:30 at Lowville Park in Burlington, led by Grandmother's Voice. Okay. So,
well, I'll just put another plug there then.
Yeah, please.
With the full moon. And we shifted it. We're back at the beach, at Jones Beach in St. Catharines for our in-person full moon. And we've pushed it to 8 o'clock. Well, of course, it's getting later. It's getting darker later now too, eh? So we do shift it a little bit, but on the 5th, we're moving it to 8 o'clock. So it gives me time to get from downtown down to the beach and to hold a circle there.
Yes, so full moon. Yes, everyone's welcome. Jones Beach is North End St. Catharines, just over on, just cross over Lock 1, and it's just that wonderful, calm little beach there, in my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so I think we're getting to the point where we announce our artists. I'm very excited.
Drum roll.
I wish I had.
Take the drum out of the bag.
So our 5 artists, just so everyone knows, we have reached out and confirmed they are an absolute yes. So we're sharing these names with you, and we're so excited. And the warmth that we received when they found out that they were going to be painting these drums was very exciting. So we have Chandra Nolan, Sadie Vaxbeck, Kara Ann Foley, Anthony Lee. And by the way, Anthony, I'm so happy. I've been talking to you on Instagram, and I'm so glad. And finally, Brad Kick. So thank you to those artists. What we're trying to do is we're planning on releasing names during these lives. We will always communicate first with them, but we really are excited, and we're looking forward to your positive energy and everything. Jackie and Oliver, I don't know if you have a message for the artists, if you want to say anything.
Sharpen your paintbrushes.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm just really looking forward to the messages that they're able to bring forward.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be good. And then also just we have this drum right here that we're doing for our positive energy giveaway. So this is a giveaway we're doing on our social, and it's been pretty busy, and some of the messages we've seen are so beautiful. And all you have to do to enter is just follow us on our socials and put down someone's name who has had a positive impact in your life. And some people are sharing just little blurbs about how much those people mean to them, or just their names, and just the responses, like people are responding back like, oh my gosh, that made my day. Like just seeing someone think of them or talk about how much how important they are to them. So it really is an amazing, just entering in the contest has had so many good positive effects, and that's really what we were hoping for when we did the contest. And it closes tomorrow at midnight, and someone's going to win this drum. So please get your entries in. And if you have not entered yet, you can go to our social. So I'll just throw that up here. So our contest closes tomorrow at midnight. So if you go to @101 Deweguns on our Facebook or Instagram it has the instructions on how they enter. And best of luck to everyone. We're really excited. The drum is beautiful, so we're really excited.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're almost down to the bottom unless you guys had some subjects. But really, the next thing I wanted to talk about is how people can get involved with 101 Deweguns. What are different ways if someone wants to do something? What is something that they could do?
Well, well, like you said, following the 101 Deweguns on the different social medias. I know, like that's kind of new for Oliver and I.
Yeah,
but it's been fun, like just to learn about that and to see kind of what's happening with that, eh? And then just to follow along. But at some of the different workshops, there have been folks that have been um, financially supporting, so making donations to 101, and
yeah,
that's helping like with the supplies and various things that we need. And then plus, like, we'll be needing some help also, like getting those drums out to the different artists, shipping them. And then so there's a lot of things yet to that we need to look at. But and folks for sure just commenting on the website
yeah,
and coming out to the workshops, even if just to kind of have a browse, kind of look over things. And I think sometimes it's really good as far as reconnecting. And so this is what I seen at the last one too. Wow, like there were some folks that I that you hadn't seen for a while, eh? And then just of course just meeting new people too, eh? And I think just that energy of everybody coming together is really special. So I just sharing that energy, I think is one of the best ways that folk can help with this. And then even just providing the website information to
yeah,
friends and family, to just to extend it out there a little bit more. But
absolutely.
yeah, I think that's kind of one of the best ways that they can become involved, or just like keep an eye on a website even for the workshops that are coming up.
Yeah,
And I know some are looking forward to the one on the 25th of next month. They'll be on Six Nations.
yep,
And so so we're really looking forward to just connecting with folks as well. And it's some really good energy. You're always smiling, or,
yeah.
or eating.
Yeah, eating. Yes, thanks, Jody.
Yeah.
Always make sure there's a huge spread. But
Yeah.
yeah, exactly what you mean. Like you walk into those workshops and you're smelling the medicines. You're smelling like, well, when we were doing the wood burning, you're smelling
Mhm.
the wood, and
Oh
you're
yeah.
listening to music or having a video play, and you're taking you're getting so much, and like all that is asked of you is your energy and to listen, right? And like that's an incredible thing
Mhm.
to walk out feeling calmer, to being more informed, to doing something,
Yeah.
and being a part of something. Like you just put your energy into something that is a part of like a bigger vision, a bigger picture, and is going to be traveling outside of like Niagara or Halton or Burlington, wherever you did the workshop. So
Yeah.
it's really cool. It is truly a ripple, like in the water, and it just it keeps
Exactly.
getting bigger.
Yes, exactly. It's
Mhm.
like I wish I had a recorder for every time that somebody said something,
Mhm.
about it, because we were, of course, with the things going on, we were kind of split into different areas,
Yeah.
and so the folks that were coming into the wood burning with the names, wood
Yeah.
burning the names, like even just walking in, just like you said, walking in the room,
Yeah.
and the flute music was playing off in the background, but the first thing that caught them was the smell of the wood. Eh?
Yeah.
They could smell that, and it was just like, whoa! And you could just almost see them um, relax, just
Yeah.
kind of like reminding them of sitting by a fire, right? they just commented on, wow, does it ever smell good in here? And then it just went on. Like even for some of the folks that were a little bit skittish maybe of wood burning,
Yep.
the names especially, they were surprised at how their I guess their body changed. Their kind of their emotion changed, because they were a little bit anxious at the beginning, and of course, then when you're anxious, you're a little bit rigid and not really comfortable. But then by the time they left from there, they said, "Wow, like that was just so relaxing."
Yeah.
Even though like thinking about the names that they were putting here were young children.
Yeah.
They were putting their good energy, even their love into that. And so to me, it just helps those spirits. Like, so they were all probably smiling down too, just recognizing that, whoa, there's that connection. There's that respect. There's that honoring and that memory even. So I think everything coming together in that way. Yeah, that's it. That's what this is about. And yeah, we're just so grateful that folks are coming out and taking part, and even like you said, coming back. There's some coming back, and so we might have a bit of a following with especially if they show up again. Like,
yep.
So I think that's pretty awesome that they're bringing other folks out with them and just wanting to help. And I guess that's, like I said, that's one of the best ways I think that they can be of assistance too, is to help spread this word.
Yep.
This message.
Yeah, and you can do that by sharing our posts or inviting people into to join our Facebook or Instagram. We do have 101 Deweguns like community group where we talk about topics. I shared the feed in there today, and just come participate in a workshop, or you can donate and donations go towards us funding the project by getting the supplies we need, or helping fund the logistics that we're going to need to do to get these drums to the artists. And we're all like, if your place of work might be looking to support a cause of this nature, like please reach out to us. Jody is amazing in organizing those types of conversations, and we're open to them. So please reach out, especially if you think this is something that you really think would be good for your company or your business to be a part of. We would love to talk to you. And then for individuals wanting to participate in the next workshop, we do have one, like Jackie said, on May 21st. And that is from 10 to 4, Six Nations gathering place by the Grand. And there are details I put right here at 101dewegons.com under our events. You can go see it. And then also just there's 2 more events that aren't 101 Dewegons related, but someone in our collective, Michelle Elise, consults and takes part in the Thorold Indigenous Uni Garden. And she's got 2 events, and one's coming up on May 6th. And that's the Spring Awakens one that she's doing. I believe, if I remember right, it's Sweetgrass, if that makes sense. And then there's one for tobacco also, I believe, on May 20th, or I have those reversed. And that's in Thorold, and that's getting your hands in the soil, and that's something as well. So if you're looking for something to do on a Saturday, that's something you can drop in and do at the Thorold Indigenous Unity Garden. But for 101 Dewegons, we have the 21st workshop coming up. And please reach out in any way to us. We're happy to answer any questions. You can message on Instagram or Facebook or email us. And we really hope to see you out at one of our workshops or being with you in any way. It would be great. Any closing remarks, Jackie or Oliver?
If I could, I want to reaffirm our commitment to everybody who's participated in the project to this point, and everybody who is yet to participate with our virtual journal on the webpage. It will be up and running very, very, very soon. We have a stack of participant cards like this that are all ready to be transferred over into that virtual universe.
Yeah.
And so what this will do is allow people to go to the website anytime they want, and they can click on any one of the Deweguns from 1 to 101, the bags from 1 to 101, the strikers from 1 to 101. Anything that you were involved with, you can go there and check on the progress of it. We'll have like a short little video. This is my wish. I think
I'm listening. I gotta see how I can make this happen. I'm listening.
But this is what I wish. So we'll have short video that shows like an inside look at the frame, the wood burning, as a for instance, and you'll be able to identify. So, like, say you were going to frame number 38, and then that, because maybe that's the one that you worked on, then you can click on that link and they'll take you there, and you can see the work to the striker as well for 38, the frame, that drum being laced up and what it looks like once it's finished being laced. Excuse me. I've been out sanding, so I'm still, I need to gargle, I think. But that's my life, frames. And then once the artists start working from their homes on the painting, we're hoping that we can have a continuous link with the artists that can be shared, so that, let's say, if you were working, back in 2020 when we first started the sanding, that you'll be able to see the progress all the way up to and including the artists when they start with their image on the drum, the painting process, when they finish, and when that drum returns back home to be birthed. And hopefully you'll be able to participate in that birthing feasting ceremony when that time comes. So I forget the girl's name, and I apologize. She was at the event this past Saturday in Oakville, and she was one of the volunteers from the high school there, and she was doing some shading with the wood burning, and she was sitting at the end of the table, and she was just so involved with what she was doing, as Jackie was mentioning, as the ones that were doing the lettering. And this girl was so involved, and every time I was walking around and checking, see how everybody was getting along, and she was just smiling the whole time. Wow. And just so content with what she was doing. So that's why we want to be committed to making that virtual journal available, so that people can retain that connection that they've established. We don't even know, like, probably 90% of what connections spiritually have been made, we aren't even aware of. I mean, we know that they've happened, but to what extent, we don't know. And so, but we want to continue nurturing that spiritual connection. And I think with the virtual journal is going to be a way of doing that. And so 24 hours a day, people will have access to that and be able to go on there and even just, bring some calmness to their, maybe it was a hectic day they were having, and they can come back to, back in Oakville, I was working on this part of the drum process, and then they can see as it's progressed. So that's our commitment. That's the 3 dots, folks.
That's awesome. Yes, it is going to be great to get that type of map system, like that way for people to access and to see the drum frames and follow the journey of each of them. It's going to be a big site. Lots of pages.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Is there any other remarks or things that you want to talk about tonight?
Oh, no, not for me. I
Yeah.
just want to thank everyone for joining and
Yeah, thank you.
for having that interest and coming to follow this as we move along and share some information and like we always say, yeah, bring your friends and family and
Yes.
join us and make our whole family, the 101 family, bigger.
Yes.
Maybe next time we should be looking at bringing Jane and Lumpy and Gina in and letting them start to describe about the leather and painting workshops.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Yeah. To be I'll post it in I'll talk to them and I'll let you guys know if that is something, but definitely if not the next one shortly after. So very, very exciting. And we are going to continue these every 2 weeks, Wednesday at 8. And thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Jackie and Oliver, for joining us. I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. Nice and calm one. I'm going to go have a tea. I'm excited.
And thanks to everybody who's been supporting this because you're
Yes, thank
supporting
you.
so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thanks.
On that note, have a great night, everyone.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye now.